How's it going, YouTubers? The Electron Man. Well, we're out here doing some repairs again today out the bench. We got a different one today. We've got a Pyramid PSV300, no output at all. I went ahead and pulled the case already and doing an inspection, and it's never a good thing when you find pieces like this laying around on the inside of it. Got to sniffing around, opened her up, and looked in here, and I don't know if you can see that or not. Hopefully you can, but C9 is completely blown to smithereens, capacitor C9, and it looks like what is it, resistor 10 and resistor 11, suspect D4 as well. Boy, it just smoked it. I wonder what they did to, that's an interesting thing. I wonder if the cap went and took the other parts, or did they input something wrong? That's interesting. Let's hope the main regulators aren't going on it. We'll go ahead and this is going to be one we're going to go ahead and take her apart here, get the circuit board out of here. It looks like that's going to be a little fun. And just replace the parts I see smoked and see where we go from there. Yeehaw! Well, let me get this thing the rest of the way apart, get some pieces pulled out of it, and I'll come back. Well, I got her out of her case now, and I don't know if you can see it or not. I'll try to get, hopefully it'll focus there, but as you can see on the back side, I've got a couple burnt traces as well. It definitely, it took a smoking. Well, let me go ahead and pull these components out. We'll patch the two little traces there, and hopefully we can bring her back up. I'm going to have to go out and see if I can find a schematic for it. That is weird. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's got like, almost like salt on the back of it. I don't know what that's about. I'll get that all cleaned up. It's real pronounced around there. It's almost like, it almost looks like salt. It's kind of weird, like it almost got wet one time. But anyway, I was looking, these are priced around 100, 125 bucks. So I don't know, I get too much bench time on this. It's not going to be worth the repair. But if I could put a couple resistors, a diode, and a cap in it and fix a couple traces, it's probably worth giving it a try to see if I can bring it back up. Anyway, let me get some unsoldering done. As I showed you on the other side, I know I've got two burnt resistors, a bad diode probably. I'm going to go ahead and replace it because it's right next to it in the same circuit. And it's got the burnt trace on the diode as well in the back here, as well as obviously that cap that was blown to smithereens. And we'll put those components in and see if we have any luck. If I put those in and that doesn't bring it up, I don't know if it's going to be worth going in there and start putting $10 a piece, voltage regulators and MOSFETs in it. But I don't know, they're $10 a piece. I'm just saying it could get expensive and bench time could get really heavy. But we'll sure give her a college try anyway. Okay, let me get all these components pulled, and I'll kind of come back and show you my repair as far as my patchwork on the circuit board and putting the components in, and then we'll flip around, put her back together, and see if she comes back alive. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but I got all the leads pulled out of oops. Get you some light here. Okay, I don't know if you can see or not, but I've got all the components pulled, and I've got my new ones stuck in here. I'm getting ready to solder them all in, and I'm going to do a repair on this circuit board here. So we're going to go ahead and get all this stuff soldered in. I don't know if you guys want to watch that or not. Okay, let's get to soldering these circuits, or these components back into this circuit here. PSV300. Man, I couldn't found 100 owners manuals, but I couldn't find any schematics on it, so makes it a little tough. The diode I checked out good, but I went ahead and replaced it because it was next to those two smoked components. But there was a fast switching diode, which I had one of those on hand, a 107 FR107 if you want to know the exact. And the cap was is a 10 puff 50 volt, which I had it no problem. And then the two resistors that were blown, God only knows. I'm kind of ballparking it here, and kind of looking at the rest of the circuit. I'll be honest with you, I had to just kind of guess. I mean, I hate to do that, but looking at the circuit, I'm just kind of basing it off of that. It looks like it's kind of got two channels here, sort of. I don't know. I just kind of based it off the resistors that are on the other side of the other diode, and we'll have to see. Like I said, I'll give it about a 50-50 chance. I don't know how sensitive the circuit is and how close I am on those ohmages. I'd really like to have a schematic and put the right ones in there, but this has got burnt traces, and anyway, really could have used a schematic here. Now I'm gonna have to do a little repair to the circuit board here that got fried, which, as you can see, that's my full right there. Let's see if I can. Actually, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and peel her back so she doesn't short circuit on anything, and I'll just jump from component to component here. Let's see, get some wire here. This is why I keep, when I salvage the radio, a lot of times I'll keep this little old thin wire here. Well, that's exactly why, just for cases just like this. So that's great for making little bridges on the back of the circuit board. And let me tin her up here a little bit. And let's see, we'll trace her circuit back here, and she goes, one end's supposed to go here. Kind of lay it around here, bring it around, and it goes to that terminal there. So set this down here and trim off some length here. How much length do I need? About right there. Trim the wire up a little bit. Okay. Tin it. And let's see, the trace goes right. There. So let me a little prettier than that. Okay, there's one patched circuit, and it looks like the other one is from here to here, a little short one there. Yeah, this thing will never be as good as it was new, I guess, since I had to go in here and patch the circuit, but yeah, we'll see if we can't bring her back. Anybody watching the March Madness? Man, my brackets, I do it every year. They offer this, they offer $2 billion for somebody that has the perfect bracket, because I don't know if anybody's ever got a perfect bracket. I think the odds are better of winning the lottery, but yeah, my brackets are already all blown up. Yeah. Hope you guys did better than me. I think I had 9 out of 12 or whatever already. And one of them was I had them going to like national finals, so I'm already breaking a bracket or one of my divisions. But anyway, it's always fun. And I made like 5 brackets, and I think you'd be better off just to get a dartboard and throw darts at it, come up with your bracket comparative to actually using any scientific. I tried to kind of base it off coaches, wins and where they were seated at, etc. And like I said, it never seems to pan out. There's always that dark horse that comes in there, and that's kind of the interesting thing about March Madness too. Is it's one game and you're out type thing. So I think that's part of why it makes it so volatile. One game you're out. Anybody can have a good game, and as well anybody could have a not so good game. So some 20th seed team come in and beat a first seed team in one game. But I think, of course, that's what makes it fun too. So because anybody can win it. some real delicate work there. Come on. Yeah, I still don't like that. Yeah, the tip's getting dirty. There she goes. And my OCD, I gotta make it pretty. If I melt it down, I'm gonna make it pretty. Okay. Yeah, we'll do a little homage check here. Yeah. See if we got our bridges working. See the solder joint there, he's a little touching up too. Okay. Well, guys, that's I've rebuilt the two burnt out traces. I've replaced all the components, as you can see now. Be careful here. If you remember here, this cap right here was smoked, and all three of those components were smoked there. So I now replaced the two resistors, the diode, and the capacitor that were smoked on it. So we'll go ahead and put it about half back together and get a wood stick to touch the dawn supply and see if it just doesn't smoke again. If it does, we'll throw it in the trash. If not, you know, we'll be a miracle maker, and we'll have repaired it. I'd have a little more confidence in it if I could have found a schematic on it and found exactly what those resistor values were. Having to guess at them is not good. Okay, well, I'm rambling on here. Let me go ahead and shut this down and flip this over, put this together, and we'll come back together and see if she blows up or not. I'm going to clean all this spooge off the back too. Okay, I've got it basically back together. Got the circuit board mounted back in, heatsink magnet back in. As you can see, I've got my new components down there. Now comes the big question. Do I just hit the switch and see if it's I'm a hero or a zero? I say we just go for it. I'll keep this camera right on the spot where it blew up before, because it's probably, if it's going to blow up, that's probably where it's going to blow up again. Like I said, I probably need a wood stick to to turn this on. It really depends on how close I was on those resistors, I think. That, and how far that damage got into it. Wow, the fan turned on. Awesome. And I have 13.9 volts. Guess what? We brought another one back. Wow. I'll have to kind of let it run for a little while. Hopefully those resistors are, apparently they're close enough tolerance that power supply is good with them. And it looks like it's regulating. Yeah, like I said, 13.9 volts. That's a good sign. Kind of a noisy fan. I think I'll go ahead and maybe clean that out a little bit and see if I need to replace it, or if I can just clean it out and get it spinning a little quieter. But anyway, yeah, well, good news. We got us a little power 30 amp power supply back up and running. I'm sure they'll be tickled about that. What did I end up having to put in? A capacitor, two resistors, and a diode. That's not too bad. I was worried one of the main MOSFETs in the back, or that big bridge rectifier, got taken out. But nope, just guess it got to the primary there, and probably the circuit board burning was probably the best thing to keep it from melting down. But anyway, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this. Another repair by the Electron Man. Have a great day out there, everybody, and please like and subscribe if you get a chance.